And what about
You know what I just realized? I didn't hit the recording button. Okay, well it's on now, so... As a review, she just pulled this massive trunk from under the bed, undid all the locks, and you said you wanted her to use her pirate outfit for a cosplay? Did you fully confirm that, or did you just kind of hint at that?
Just hinted.
Okay, and then she put the pieces together.
Nah.
Alright, so she put the pieces together, and so she's gonna keep the uniform just as a novelty. And it's just I don't even know if I fit that anymore. It's been a while.
Shrug. Only one way to find out.
It's maybe later. Right now, business. And so, the easiest way to get into the town is walk through the front door. I mean, you can't really build a wall where this place is situated.
Okay.
The land is not solid enough to withstand having that much stone, metal, or whatever on the ground.
I assume that the Grey Phantoms have a specific base.
It's yeah, the city itself.
All of it?
Currently, from what I'm getting, they're called martial law in the city, and now they pretty much own it. Everything that's produced there is for them, I guess.
They don't have headquarters or anything.
It's if they have a headquarters, I don't know anything about that, but I feel like this is as good as an area for a headquarters as I would have. Easy access to port, easy to get ships in and out, a place to repair, a place to rest, a place to get new slaves. It's got the whole 9 yards. It would make sense that they would make this place their headquarters. And if I'm wrong, at least we'll have one less large base of vipers to deal with.
Yeah. So, any ideas on how to clear an entire town of scum?
It's no, not really. Well, at least not just with the two of us and the eagle. 3 of us.
Maybe we'll need...
So, D100.
D100.
So, okay, I'm going to move you guys a little bit more down. So, you guys are talking, it's maybe we should, and then you hear something crash through the window. And you hear ugh!
Hero, my old man.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I guess I was leaning too hard against that window. My apologies, madams.
You were expecting something else to happen, weren't you?
It's no. I was just admiring the view outside. And I just leaned against your window, and I guess I fell in.
You fell in face first.
Okay. It's well, I may have turned as I fell through the window. He's not a very good liar.
Anyway,
It's so I hear this talk of going back to the eastern port. Not a very pleasant place last time I was there. Very dark.
well, that's what we want to fix.
Okay, well, sounds interesting. Let's see. Would you happen to have me tag along? I mean, there are some things I need to do in that area.
As long as you don't try and watch us like that again.
It's no, I didn't. I wasn't watching you to begin with. It's just, just passing by. I just happened to stop a little bit to admire the outside view.
I give him the "you're obviously lying" glare.
You know. It's and then I just fell in your window, and then here I am, and, I'm going to help you, but yes.
Just make sure you don't fall through our tent door or something like that.
It's yes, very good. Well, I won't be near your tent door or anything in the future.
Let's hope. So that makes, what, 4 of us?
Yeah, including Eagle. That's if Eagle comes along, so you're going to have to talk with him first. So are you going to, or are you just gonna...
Annabelle just had an idea.
Okay.
You know, I can kind of summon elementals.
It's like, oh, wait. Yes, I've heard of that. I haven't seen it, though. Just, why? How?
How?
Is it something to do with the amount of magic coursing through you, or could it be I don't know.
I am technically an elemental, so that helps.
Ah, yes, that would make it surprisingly easier.
Yeah, so we might have more than 4 if Eagle comes along.
It's like you need to be careful in that area, though. I mean, there's this rumor that they have harboring dark sorcery there. I mean, it makes sense. You want to control the land. You would have dark sorcery on your side, right?
It's always the power-hungry ones that use dark sorcery, isn't it?
Or the more foolish. They don't know the cost until it's far too late.
Well, at least it makes used to. I won't go on about that.
Like, oh, what do they have to lose? I mean, like you were... I wasn't eavesdropping. But like I heard as I was looking at the view outside... There was, enslavement of these people, so I have a feeling that they're using them as a fuel source for their dark arts. So what cost is there when your population is being used?
Why do people have to be so stupid?
It's like all the more reason to put an end to all that, right?
Yes. I need to see if Eagle's in on this as well.
It's like, oh, and, you don't mind if I bring a friend or two, right? So you, like, walk past him, it's like, hey, wait, where are you going?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. But where are you going?
Talk to Eagle.
Okay. So he's like, he's trying to keep up, but he's kind of stumbling. Like, now he has kind of a limp.
I walk up to Eagle and say, "Caw."
Huh? He's not even in the tree. So, like, he's sitting down and it's like, okay. What do you want?
We are going...
and remember, his body parts move independently, so his head's looking at you when he's talking to you, his legs are facing you, but his body's still off to the right, doing, like, weapon maneuvers.
We're going to a port town up north-ish.
Like,
to free them from your ex-employers?
It's like, I was never employed by whoever you're speaking of.
Well, you're associated in some way.
It's like, my parents were associated, not me. I guess they paid for it.
That they did.
So, it's like, I guess I've been coming to... So, like, you could tell, like, he's got an air of somewhat calm now. It's like, I guess I've been coming to terms with everything. I just needed time. Now that I think about it, I didn't ask one of the major questions, which is, when did my parents get all of their wealth? And so it's like, and then I started thinking about you, and I started putting 2 and 2 together, and I realized maybe my parents weren't the most noble of people. Maybe their wealth was not gotten legitimately.
Well, as long as we're on the same page.
It's like, and he's like, he's turning his whole body now to orient himself towards you. It's like, I guess I misjudged you. You're a victim, just like me, just like a lot of people.
Glad I was.
Well, it's like, and so he, like, sheathes his swords, and he reaches out a hand. It's like, I do hope we can get over this inconvenience. I guess I was a bit of a fool.
We all are sometimes.
Do you take his hand, or do you...
Yeah.
Okay, so... And, like, he has no body heat. All you feel is cold metal. Yeah, so... It's like, well then, so what brings you here? I take it you didn't just want to catch up on past atrocities.
No, that was pretty low on my to-do list. But, yeah. Town, or port, north, owned by the Grey Phantoms.
Okay.
We want to clear it out. At least she
So you're not
I-
talking about Port City, are you?
No one's said a name yet, so maybe?
Well, if I had to guess, you're going to the northeast, right? And he's like pointing in the exact direction that you're going to be traveling.
Yeah.
And it's like, good. I have business to settle there as well. Our family estate was there, if you remember. You probably don't. That was a long time ago, and it took me a while to even remember half of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's too busy running away.
Okay. It's like, yes. I was too busy fighting for my life. I have a feeling those looters weren't looters either. I'm just starting to slowly put pieces together in my mind, re-dissecting what I once thought I knew. And this, he's got, for the first time since you've met him, he's got somewhat of a grin and a smile on his face. It's like, it's really hard remembering, you know? It's been a long time.
I sort of like point at his face. That is very creepy. Keep it up.
Okay. It's like, well, you're gonna have to get used to it. I'm not about to lie to people and tell them I'm not something that I am. They're just gonna have to get used to me being dead.
I never said to stop. I in fact said to keep it up.
Okay. Well, it's like, I'm afraid of what I'll find over there. In short, I'm going back home. I'm going back to my estate. I may even find my brother, and I'm not going to like that one bit.
Would he still be alive? It was a very long time ago.
It's like, there's nothing to say he's died. There's nothing besides him being killed, it's just like me. He could have easily been resurrected.
No, yeah, or he could have gone into dark arts, and that's always fun. I point to myself.
That's probably the worst. But I am not about to rule out any possibility.
Well, you've got some tough decisions in your future.
Okay. It's like, as do you as well.
Of course.
And so Arrow's like kind of pointing off in a direction. It's like, there are my friends. Yes, and you see, remember those two blue dragons? Yeah, you see them walking up and taking like flanking positions.
Aren't you guys a bit of a rarity to, go off
Well, I did bring them back to their homeland, but I think they've become a little attached to me. I guess that's the words.
And why are you looking into other women's windows? Oh wait, leaning.
I wasn't looking, I was looking at the view. I keep telling you that.
You can continue to say
I
that.
forgot that there was a window, okay?
Arrow, when will you stop trying to look at me like that?
It's like, I'm not looking at you at all. See, look, and then he like turns around. See, look, I am not looking. I am looking that way.
I mean, like, even 100 years ago, you were still this... I'm sort of like face
No, that was it's like, that wasn't 100 years ago. That was less than 9 years ago.
No, we met before then. Do you remember?
It's like, no. Why would I remember that far back?
I guess you're right.
It's like, yes, correct. At least I think you are correct, right?
It's on the fence.
Well, all in all, they have attached themselves to me. I could not convince them to part and go to the House of Greymane. You know what the House of Greymane is, correct?
Sounds suspiciously familiar to Grim.
Oh, yes, he had established a fortress in the Bladed Spires, calling it the House of Greymane. It's a bunch of outcasts from what I see. But very skilled outcasts, I would say.
Well, at least he's doing something relatively useful with his life.
Yes, I mean, he's sheltering what's left of the blue dragons. I was going to take these two there, and she's like gesturing to both of them. I was going to take these two there, but they did not want to stay.
Huh.
It's like, I don't quite know the reason why. They haven't told me. They actually can't speak. Or rather, I haven't heard them speak. I don't think they want to talk to me. I don't know. All my years and dragons have always been a mystery to me.
That's to me.
So, and it's, pardon my interruption, but maybe we should get going.
We don't even have food.
Okay. And so she pulls out, or she points to one of the swamp turtles, and it's got like all the rations and materials you'll need.
Oh, Squirtle's gonna be pissed.
It's like, Squirtle's not here. And if he does get too upset, I mean, at least we'll say that, well, you know, we'll bring him back something nice.
Maybe no, it'd be a bit weird to bring a corpse all the way back here, wouldn't it?
So Eagle's like, he's not even, no preamble, he's just getting on the swamp turtle. It's like, yes, that young man has the right idea.
Onward and upward, I guess.
Guys. So, and you could see, like, visibly Chi is trying to be near you now, which is different from before.
Huh. I noted.
So, like, Eagle just, is everyone situated? Are we all ready to go?
Seemingly so.
So he just kind of taps it and then it starts walking. Like he does like a pat on its head and it starts walking.
You've learned a lot from Squirtle, haven't you?
It's like, yes, he's taught me many things. It's like, and then he kind of, like, he's starting to smile more, and remember, his smile is not very happy, because, you know, it's part of it is flesh, but part of it is his bones, because, you know, not all his face is covered in flesh. So he's got, like, kind of that corpse grin. It's like, you learn a lot when you spend nearly 9 years with these creatures.
Yeah.
That's if you have the will to learn. I mean, there's plenty that don't. Some of the guards don't. They'd rather not get involved with them. How sad, really. And he's like he's patting the swamp turtle. It's like such unique creatures. And yet you want nothing to do with them. I don't understand why some people do that.
Because they look different.
It's like they don't even look that, and it's like they're not that different. Well, maybe, and then he's thinking to himself, it's like, maybe I just have seen some strange things before. Okay, so, we're going to stop there, we're going to go onwards to Sains. Sains, have you actually come up with a plan? If not, then we're going to go back to Annabelle.
I was going to ask Figo something. So,
okay, well, let's go. Let's hear it.
Right, Figo, you are saying that I have to become stronger, but...
Like, yes.
I will need someone with holy powers. Or is there a way that I could obtain holy powers for myself?
It's like, that is an interesting question, isn't it? You personally cannot obtain such powers. You've already chosen your power set. Plus, your nature says that you are a blue dragon. It is not within your purview to have the power of the light.
Alright. But then I don't really know who I could ask, since Dogma is probably not going to leave the village since he has a son.
It's like, it's not about the present. I think it's more about the future.
Oh. I don't think we want to wait 91 years till fight an undead king.
Oh, it's not that. It's like if you're talking about his son, you're thinking to think a little bit more into the present future, not the future. It's like, you know, for our new... He's poking at you. It's like, you know, for our new lord, you're not exactly that bright.
Well, I'm overthinking stuff way too much.
Yeah. It's like, yes, you are. You always do. Maybe that might go away in time. Probably not. It's like, well, that's it. That is why you have me, after all. That's why I'm your advisor. I'm the one that points you in the right direction. Is that not right?
So far, you have been doing that, so...
It's like, good. We are in agreement then. What I'm talking about is, you know, maybe you should help him with his mission. I hear that he wants to re-establish a paladin order. Maybe he might be one that's actually useful. Not so much, greedy or stupid, like the Templars.
How do I do that?
Well, it's real simple. You just need the capital. You need the money. And he's like, holding up things of value like gems and stuff. It's like, we can part with our wealth. A lot of the people of the dead will part with their wealth. It's like, and then he kind of chuckles. It's like, oh, what good are they going to use it for? I mean, they're dead. What do they need money for?
True.
But I can't just give it to you willy-nilly. We have things we want too. So we'll do an exchange.
Alright.
What's like? And then he's got like a wicked grin on his face. And it's unpleasant because now you can see a little bit through his face, so like you see the whole rows of teeth. It's like, are you sure you want to ask that question?
Yes.
It's like, you are just fearless, aren't you? Doesn't matter what we do, we can't scare you in any sort of way.
Not really.
I think that's why we chose you. You lack fear, you lack doubt, you lack things that normal leaders have, which is good for us. That means you'll all you need is to shove in the right direction, and you'll go that way.
Most likely, yes.
So it's like, so what do they actually need is the question. So it's like, well, one of the major things we could have is more people. People that are living, not so much the dead. We have too many of the dead. And as you see, and he's pointing at the only ones who are actually not spirits are the headless soldiers and the giant and Lord Trinket. It's like, as you see, we don't exactly have a lot of normal people around here. It's just you need to find individuals who aren't afraid of the spirits, who can live in harmony with them. Not a lot of those left. I mean, let's see. And so he's like sniffs, and then he's got his nose like to your body, and he's sniffing you. And he reaches down and remember that pouch of favor?
Yeah.
So he pulls that out and he's sniffing it. It's like, that smells familiar. And so like he opens his eyes and he looks at you. It's like, you've been talking with Arrow, haven't you?
Yes. Why?
It's like, why? Because the old man, and he tosses it back at you. Did you actually add that 900 favor to yourself?
Not yet.
Okay, well now you have it. So
Nope.
It's like, because his stench is all over it. Arrow isn't exactly subtle for a crazy old man wizard. So he has a lot more power than people are led to believe. It's just age has a way of dampening things.
I guess as much since he survived this long.
It's like, yes, that does say something. He has survived 167 years of life.
That's a lot for a human, I guess.
I say, but do you know what will happen soon?
He'll pass away.
Yes. But I don't think he wants to pass through age.
How does he...
And it's like, I see the light bulb came on with that saying.
You... What?
So, In
How does he
short,
want to die then?
he wants to die in battle, doing something. He wants to die accomplishing something. He doesn't want to die from old age. He's lived too long to just fade away. Let's just hope that he stays alive for a little bit longer. It would be a shame for him to die so early.
True.
So I take it, and then so like, judging from the impressions I'm getting from that item I just took and gave back, I gave it back. Yes, I guess you were on a mission before this. And it's like, and he's closing his eyes, and like, and judging from the impressions, it's a land of snow, of cliffs, hills.
Yeah, the bladed spikes.
Yes. I had an impression it would be there, and that's exactly where I think we should send you. Let's see, because I think our just like our purposes align slightly. We need more people. There are dislocated people in that place.
What are you referring to?
It's like, oh, who am I referring to? How far does your memory stretch back? Do you remember half of what you were told?
I know Grimmel set up a place there, so...
Yeah. It's like, yes, but not Grimmel. He's not relocated. And so it's like, he's laughing a little bit. It's like, you took a mission and you don't even remember what mission it was. I find that hilarious.
Finding snow elves.
So like, it's like, see, all I needed to do was give you a hint. And then the rest just goes in place. It's like, yes, you did take his money, but you didn't exactly do the job yet now, did you?
I didn't take any money, I didn't even know I had it.
It's like, well, it's so, you can blame that on Arrow. He just kind of gave it to you.
That was Limus's mission, and then...
Yeah. No, Limus was not as much involved.
Limus was finding the snow elves.
Yeah, yes, that's what
Heroes
Limus's job. That's
was
his people are dying out. He has
him.
a little alternative.
Mm.
Ah, but such is the challenge. Did you actually comprehend what he was asking?
Did I?
It's like, how does one take it? So you didn't at the time. It's like you didn't get the implications. It's like, so naive. Did you think that you have to try and make a nomadic people try and live a domestic life? Whoever you're looking for are not going to want to just settle down and stay in one place.
Figured as much.
So I guess you have somewhere to go then.
Yeah, probably.
It's like, and then he like snaps a finger, and you see like the room is shifting, like you're starting to move towards here. So like it's weird because you look to the left and like you're starting to move towards the weapon shop without even moving. And also did not even recognize that you moved. I mean, she's pretty much elbow deep in food because she hasn't had a good meal in a while. And this is like better than this is actually better than what Hospitality and Safe Haven might have. Well, it's like, oh, we changed location. Okay. And she just like she shimmies her chair a little bit that way. Okay, so it's like meet our Smiths. They don't really have names. They don't like to have names, and they both kind of bow. It's like they'll see that you get more properly equipped for the adventure. So, like one of them is offering a hand, and it's like he's beckoning for your bow.
I hand him my bow.
Okay. So he hands it to the other Smith, and he basically breaks it in two. Then you see like what you see coming out of the center is like a core of energy. And so almost playfully, they're manipulating. Like it's pretty much the two bow pieces are floating and the strings attached underneath it, and there's a core of bluish light right there, and they're kind of playing with it, and it's changing rapid colors. So, and then he kind of pushes it, like he pushes it to in front of you, and he's beckoning you to do something, but he doesn't know what. So, like there's this blue floating orb in front of you from the bow, so you don't know what to do.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, do I
It's
know
like,
what to do?
So, actually, do you know what to do? So, no.
Nope.
So, Figo just leans in. It's like he wants you to touch it. So, do you touch it?
Touch it. Yeah.
Okay. So, wait. Did you touch it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you touch it, and there's like an instant reaction. You see that the orb starts to freeze over, and that it starts to it freezes over. The ice shatters, and then it starts swirling around it. And then the core comes back to them, and they start reassembling the bow, but you see that it's now got a different sheen to it.
What did just happen?
Like, it's got a sheen. You see that there's new runes carved into it. You see that the runes are glowing your color, the strange blue. But it's not a very comforting blue. It's like a very cold, direct blue. Like a very dark blue. And it's got a constant glow, but it's not extremely bright. It's like, they had just reforged your bow's spirit. I guess the elves work their magic on it. To give your bow, a core, a conscience. So far it has agreed with your decisions, but I guess now it has become as much a part of you as you have become a part of it.
I'm just like, wait, what?
Okay. It's like, oh, that's just spirit babble. You don't have to worry about it. Just know that your bow is better than it was.
Well.
So that counts as, let's see, just one upgrade. So you have a medium bow Mark III, plus it was renamed, so now you have a spirit bow. So, do you have a range stamp? Yeah, you do. 15%. Why is it so low though? Oh, because it goes up to 25. I thought that went up by 10% increments. Isn't that wrong then?
Huh?
No, that is wrong. That shouldn't be 15. That should be 30. I was wondering why your damage was not quite right. Okay, so it goes up by 10% increments, not 5% increments. So,
And I should have 20, not 30.
1.15. Let's see. So you do currently. How much is your ballistic skill? 40?
40.
So 40. And you have a 0.3 modifier, so you have this weird modifier. 40 times 1 point what? So let's see, you have a 1.3 plus, so it's 1.6. But your damage, then you times it by that. Wait a minute. Oh, you have multiple. You have 1.9. Because you have three things to count for. You have medium bow 3. You have a 0.3 modifier, and then you have the gear, your armor, which is a range damage upgrade, which is another 0.3. So that's 0.9, and so that's times 1.9. So that means you have a damage of 76 now. And this is just at half ballistics. That's what happens when you get to full. You'll almost have more. You'll have double that. You'll have almost 200 damage.
And then I can still upgrade my bow till...
Yeah, and then you could still upgrade your bow further. So your bow's getting very heavy duty. You still do the combination. Actually, let's double check that. Do a D100. This is your weapon, so let's see if you can. So yeah, okay. So not only do you do the pierce slash damage from the bow, now you can do the same damage as frost.
Couldn't I already do that?
No, but now you can do it legitimately. Like every attack will have frost damage. And then
Without
when
me
you
using
add, then you
magic
just add
or-
more frost damage, where you take the damage and you add another set of frost damage. So you
Massive
focus harder,
damage.
and you're able to do double the frost damage. Okay, so that is your new bow. So you can do a combination of pierce or slash damage, depending on which will do more damage, and then you do frost damage. So, like, what is your impression of this bow now? Because you're feeling it. It's cold. It's no longer, at least, it's not even room temperature metal anymore. Now it's just cold all the time.
Is it cold? Apparently it is.
Is it what?
Is it cold?
Yeah, it's cold to you. It's cold to anybody that touches it. Just, I think you're, let's see, let's do 100. You're the only one that can actually hold it without your arm freezing over. Because the spirit inside is somewhat sentient. It won't allow itself to be held by any other master. And in a way, it's like, it's not like super sentient, it's you are a part of it, and it is a part of you.
Not even if, like, the person's just throwing the bow back to Sains?
It'll handle that stuff, but I mean, it doesn't like being handled by a hostile entity, or someone else that's gonna keep it. It's like, and Figo's like, it's like, that bow is probably worth more than you. So I would advise not losing it. And so he kind of like brushes it, and you see that his hand froze over, and then he pulls it away, and it's like, and I advise treating it nicely.
I'm planning on.
You don't want it to. It's like you don't want it to turn on you.
How do I know what the bow wants?
Okay. It's like the bow wants what you want, and you want what the bow wants. It is a part of you. If you know yourself, you'll know it.
Shit.
It's like you make it sound so difficult. It's not really.
I don't really know myself, so.
Okay. It's like, and he's like, this puts a burst left. It's like, ha 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 ha. You've gone through so much, you've learned so much, and yet you still believe you don't know yourself. Are you just deluding yourself?
That's what I feel. That's what I think. That's how I feel about myself. Like, I still don't know.
So he like taps you on the shoulder. It's like, I think you need to start thinking differently.
Probably.
Okay. It's like, very well. So, Lordship Quest, does that count? No. Because the Lordship has its own perks. That doesn't mean you get an end. Like, you do not get a task end for completing a Lordship Quest. What you get is Lordship status. And whatever bonuses that comes with. So you don't get more rewards. You just get what you get. So do you want to spend your, before you move on, do you want to spend your favor on another level or something else? Like, you can spend it now on VUs. Well, you can, of course you could spend it on VUs, but do you want to spend it at all?
Mm,
On what?
probably 500, but
Like, what do you want to get? Do you want to get a level? Do you want to get a VU? Or you could maybe ask Fico, and you can get an elite upgrade, which is the 1,000 one. I forgot how this worked. Let me actually go look at that again. I forgot how we changed that up. So this is upgrading. Augment special abilities and magical powers. So this allows you to use magic, but you can't actually get magic because your magic doesn't go that way. You could get a special ability.
don't really know what I would take as a special ability.
Flying karate punch.
Okay. It's, you can, a special ability is a new ability, or you enhance one you already have. Or you could not, or you could just get the mundane level up or VU. It's a choice. It's choices. Now that you have the means, it's like the paradox of choice is setting in.
I'm also sort of leaning towards spending the 500 to level up Dogma, but I
Okay.
probably can't since I'm not there.
Yeah, it does. You can have a messenger send it there.
Hmm.
So are you sure you're about that option? And really, if
No,
you
that's
wait,
the
what?
thing, I'm not sure.
You're not sure? All right. Just roll the dice. Are you generous enough to think about this plan and think, okay, this will actually
I
help you
think
because
of
you can
it.
take, if you have an order of paladins,
Nope.
you can take on the King of the Dead. So you personally, not yet. You're still not convinced. You need to go talk with Dogma first to convince yourself that this is a good plan.
Hmm.
Because I mean, it's all just theories right now. You don't know for sure if this is Dogma's motive. Plus, you remember the old Dogma, which is just you're not too familiar with the new Dogma, which is more noble and trying to make a good life for his son. Like, he doesn't drink as much, also, but you don't know that. It's been a while since you talked with him. You guys all went your separate ways when because you all had business to take care of that you couldn't do as a group. You had to do it on your own, or in small groups.
I'm gonna spend it on a level up. Then.
Okay, so you're gonna be level 22.
Yes.
So that means, don't forget you spend your, all you get, I think, is points. It's points. As you notice, the uphill battle has gotten a lot, it's not really that uphill anymore. Now that you're stronger, it's a lot easier. Of course, might not hold. Let's see what happens. Okay, so you can spend it on whatever. So,
I've spent it already.
okay. What'd you spend it on?
40 strength.
Oh, 40 strength? No. Good whoop. All that means is you have 2 inventory slots, along with the ability. You can't even you can't even strength roll until you get to level 80, the max strength.
Hmm.
Because for now it's a strength roll. The reason that is because strength roll is more accurate. Just remember, skills mean you're more accurate than a D100 because you'll get 100
Probably.
automatically. So skills means you're more accurate. But if you don't have a skill, then you're pretty much screwed in that regard. Alright, so
That's about it.
how many
that I
sessions
can
has
do.
it been? Because Grimmaul is technically a lord, so I need to start counting how many...
One session yet.
No, it's been
One or
2 now. This is the second session. So he has equivalent of 2 days of lord rolls, so he's going to get a lot of lord rolls when it comes his time. Which means his... Now, ironically, I started thinking about it, and the lord rolls can be used to get your basic infrastructure going. Which is, okay, so before you can actually use your lord rolls on fancier upgrades, you actually need to get the basics, which means you need all the stuff on the basics and the extras. So you need... And remember, this was just a weaponsmith. That wasn't even an enchanter. An enchanter could change your element or do other things with your bow. So that's just a weaponsmith.
Well.
Okay, so... well, it's a spirit smith in their terms. Someone who can... Because their belief is... Well, the fact that that's another sign that you were meant to do this. Is you had a weapon with a spirit core in it. And that was just luck. You just happened to find an elf who gave you an elven bow, and that's what they believed in, was having spirit cores.
Now that.
It's like, it's not so much that the elves are more accurate, it's that their weapons are bound to them, and they are bound to their weapons. They have a symbiosis with their equipment so that they can use it more efficiently. You have the same.
Nice.
You just did it. You didn't do it deliberately. It was more of a happy accident.
By seeing that happen and getting my bow back at that point, I put my bow away, take my swords out, and be like, is there anything special about these?
Okay, so they look at them and they both unanimously nod no. Because, and they're also holding up their hands. It's like, so Fico's like, those are a family heirloom, you know. Under our orders, we are not to modify them until a later date, when you prove yourself. For now, They will remain as they are.
No, just asking if there was.
That's like, your father is not the best person. But it's like, but I can kind of understand what he's going for. He wants his son to be strong, to handle himself. I guess he doesn't want you to have all the cool toys until you're of maturity. That's what I think he said.
Living alone for most of your life isn't mature enough.
No, it isn't. In fact, quite the opposite. If you live alone all your life and you isolate yourself, maturity doesn't actually happen. You just learn how to survive. Very different.
I didn't really have the time or opportunity to learn, so...
Hold on, I'm gonna pull something out, but... I gotta find it first, because it's been a while since I've pulled with that. I worked on this asset, like, ages past, and I don't even remember where it came from, but now I kinda have to find it, so...
Well...
Okay, so, like, you hear a voice from the side. It's like, what on earth are you talking about? And it is a familiar face. Like, you've seen him before.
Let's just look at my lore.
Okay.
Name's probably
Come on, how did you not recognize who that is? He was your mentor.
Yeah, that's why I was looking
Yeah,
at the
Onus,
name,
man,
because
Onus. Do I have to put the name tag on?
I didn't know the name from the top of my head.
Okay, Onus, man. He's your mentor. How did you forget him? He's part of your lore. Alright, so...
Yeah, that's the thing.
So it's D100, try your...
Trick.
Yeah.
His name is Onar.
Oh, Onar, sorry.
You don't even remember it.
I didn't remember it fully. I thought it was Onus. He looks more like an Onus, but alright, whatever. So, Onar. So... It's like, what are you talking about, boy? The only reason you're somewhat civilized is because I taught you the ways. That was only because Kruv told me to teach you.
True.
Okay. But D100, did you actually, like, are you shocked that you find him, or are you not? So you're not. So, you've seen a lot of people today, so doesn't really matter.
Another person from my past.
Okay. And it's like, did you forget everything I taught you about what it means to be civilized?
Let's see.
So, no, you haven't forgot anything.
No? Alright. No.
Okay, so you didn't forget. And, like, he's kind of getting whimsical. It's like, wait. What were we talking about again?
Were you always like this?
What, senile? Yeah. He was like this. He was kind of an old dragon. He was an old drake. But he taught you in the ways of, like, the olden times, before the new age of dragons and technology and all that. There was civility, there was nobility, there was a standing army, there was all these things that slowly started to get phased out when they started mastering unholy arts. So, things like he tried to teach you how to be a chrono drake, but you just did not have the aptitude.
Well,
so it's because of your father. He tried to teach you how to be a chrono drake, but you're not a chrono drake. You're not a black dragon, period. You are considered a blue dragon. Actually, oops, that was wrong. There we go. So you're considered a you were considered a hybrid, so you couldn't master either. The only reason you could master frost is because other dragons purged that side of you. Hybridization, apparently, like, in terms of research, hybridization makes you very like you're not affiliated with any magic at all. In a way that's good, but in a way that's bad. So that's why you couldn't, like, you wanted to master magic, and so they helped you with that, but in the process you lost a part of yourself.
True.
So it's like, I see that you're no longer what you were once. I probably, if I had to guess, and he's looking at you, and he's like spinning you around. Like, are you able to resist any of his prying or anything? Okay,
Nope.
no. So he's doing it so quickly that you're not even sure, like, is this real? Is all this happening? You know, because he's supposed to be dead, and technically he is. He's a spirit. So he's like spinning you around, and he's looking at you. It's like, you seem different. Definitely not the youth I taught before.
After you were killed, I got amnesia, sort of.
It's like, yes, sorry about that. I was around long enough in the spirit plane to see all that occur. I would have fought double the effort if I knew that was going to happen.
And then 9 years ago, Groove put a rune on my chest.
Okay. And so he's like taking your armor, your chest plate off. And he's looking at you. It's like, yes, I can see the scars. They may not be physical, but they are magical scars. So from the sound of it, so like he's putting a hand to his face. It's like, you know, I'm not very expert with hybrids. I know a little bit more than most, hence why I was the one crew thought of. But this is new to me. Even after these many years, I still understand very little. It's like, but and then he's put your chest plate back on, but he's got his hands on your shoulder and he's got like a rough laugh. But look how you've turned out. Strong individual, survive pretty much any environment, adapt to any situation. And so like he turns you around and he points it also. And it's like, you even found someone to spend the rest of your life with. I mean, who could ask for more? You've done very well, my son.
Well,
It's like it only saddens me that we couldn't have been alive when all this happened. But we make do with what we have.
well, at least we got to talk again.
It's like, well, I've been trying to talk with you, but, you know, only recently have you been able to see through the spirit plane. I don't think you'll like talking with us for very long, though. There's a lot of things that we've been discussing.
Why would I guess it? Why wouldn't I guess anything else?
It's like, because you're naive. You're still naive. You're still that naive young man at heart. Although you have the body of a mature Drake, you have the mind of a child still.
Well,
I don't mean that
most
as
of
an
my life.
insult. Sometimes your mind it keeps you focused, keeps you without fear, without doubt. I think that's one of the qualities that is still in you, that if you were to lose it, your childlike nature, maybe you would start to feel fear, maybe you would feel doubt, and such a thing would be a tragedy. So it's like, oh, and then he slaps you on the shoulder. It's like, oh, don't feel bad. It's really more of making peace with your demons than trying to overcome them sometimes.
I am not trying to overcome them, so...
It's like, good. It's like, well, our time is limited. Well, I bet you've heard that by now. Like, he tried to do that same thing, but it's like, I bet you've heard that by now. So I take it... And he looks at Fico. It's like, I take it he told you the whole theatrics.
Yes.
It's like, well, you know I have to do it anyway.
Well,
And so, like, he puts his hands back on your shoulders and he shakes you. It's like, still, it's so good to see you. I thought you might have been dead already. But here you are, survived. I bet your parents were happy to see you as well.
as far as I can
And he's
tell,
like, you're getting whiplash because he's like shaking you so much. Because he's just so excited. It's like, here we are. You can see me. I can see you. I can talk to you again.
True.
And then Kruv, it's like, oh, don't be too hard on Kruv. I mean, he's lived a long time, and sadly, he might end up just like us. But I mean, in a way, he'll live forever. Because in the end, you can see us. Maybe you'll just have another old crotchety dragon over your shoulder telling you what to do.
Not another one.
It's like, well, you chose the path, so this is the consequence.
But I say it in a not
Yeah.
me being annoyed by its way.
Yeah, and he's saying it in a sarcastic
trying
way,
to,
too. It's
yeah.
like, you chose the path, but you were really just forced into the path.
Well,
It's like, we'll have to catch up sometime, but from the mission reports... And so it's like, actually, I have a better idea.
and that is.
So, like, Fico, like, he goes between them and he, like, touches your chest. D100. He goes in between them and it's pain. Of course it's pain. So, are you trying to pull away from his hand as he's trying to hold his hand onto you and he's digging his claws into your chest? So, and he's like, now hold still. This is gonna hurt a lot, but this will be for your good, okay?
How many times haven't I heard this?
Yeah. That's like
This is
probably
what I
many. But at least I'm honest about it, right?
Well, most of the other people were too. So
Yeah, so you're like having a casual conversation as you're going through searing pain.
yes.
Okay, so then he releases it, and then he's like, "There, you see? Oh, that blood. Don't mind the blood. Your body will heal it anyway. It just means that now, wherever you go, you can call upon your friends if you need be."
My friends. I'm just like,
It's like, it's like Onus has got this wide grin. It's like, looks like we're gonna have more adventures together in this modern age.
well,
So like,
at least I got an experience.
so like he's starting to dematerialize. It's like, I best go make preparations. I'll be back in a moment.
I'm just like to Fico. What did you just do?
Okay. Oh, it just made you more in tune with the spirits. You'll grow accustomed to it. It's really, your sight is, you have to use your sight in order to see them. But I gave you a little bit of extra something, so that it doesn't take as much effort.
No, I haven't really been trying, so...
I mean, you're supposed to be our lord. Yes, you haven't been trying, but now you don't have to try at all. It's better to have more, right?
yes, true.
So what he gave you is, well, does he give you like the knowledge of it? Yes, so what he gave you is called Spirit Mark. And it allows you to commune with the spirits without actually having to use abilities.
Nice.
So, and the reason being is because if you're going to be Lord of the Undead, you need to have, they just have to realize, you're not dead. It's like, you're not one of the dead, so...
Yet.
Well, yet, so they have to give you some means to, The knowledge is called Spirit, is it Spirit Sight, or is it something greater? Let's see. So, Spirit Knowledge. So... you can see and call them, but they won't always obey your command. Like, you can commune with the spirits of the land, but that's assuming there are spirits in the area.
Well,
but it's also
Well,
ones like, you can call upon your ancestors, like Kruv, or not Kruv. Kruv's not dead yet. You can call upon your ancestors, like your parents, Onus, those people, and they'll come to your aid if they're in the area.
In hospitality, there's always a spirit in the area.
Yep. There's always dead people everywhere, so you don't know what you'll find, and you will see some stuff that you might not want to see. That's the problem with having spirit sight. Is you won't be just seeing, like, you'll have actually 2 roles now. So I actually have to add that to your ideas page.
Do you see something? Is it good?
No, it's not. That's 1 role. Now you have 2.
No,
Like,
it's
do you
good.
see something, and then do you see something spiritually? So now all of your, if it's sight related, you have 2 D100s, not 1.
Great. 2 times the failing.
Yeah, so it's 2 times. It's not so much 2 times the favor.
Failing.
Oh, 2 times the failing? Yeah. So you may see something spiritually that may be disturbing compared to just regular sight. So that's your curse / blessing. On the plus side, you can call upon allied spirits. On the minus side, you will see things that you don't want to see. That you may actually go a little bit insane because you're going to start seeing things that other people can. Like Oso will not be able to see everything you see. Well, actually, that's not true at all. Like you keep mating with her, and then she'll see what you see. And in a way, like, her explanation is she's waiting for the right time, where, like, because you're still growing, you're both still growing in power. So she wants to wait till it's stable, and then it's like, all right, now it's the right time to have children, because the power is stabled out, it is balanced out, and now the child will have the best potential possible for them, for you guys anyway. So that's what she's waiting for. She's kind of she's trying to nudge you along, but it's getting it's difficult because with the things you encounter, it's like, all right, when is the ambition going to stop? Like, when is the one day is it going to stop?
That all depends.
And that's the problem, is that all depends.